Throb never. Heart throb forever.
Yeah, I kind of want to swing back around, make a quick swing back to a post I did earlier. It's called Imagery of, what did I call it? Imagery of Black, no, it's called Imagery of Attacking Black Women, where I talked about the Power episode with Diana being kicked in the stomach. Well, this is kind of a part two to that, but this one I'll call it imagery of black women as savages. So clearly this is, touching on again the recent episode of Power. This is the one after the episode of her being kicked in the stomach. So she's getting her revenge on the female Latino cop that kicked her in the stomach. In this episode, she's lost the baby, you know. But what I wanted to touch on is the imagery. Once again, the imagery. So, like, I wasn't cool with them showing a black female being attacked. I'm also not cool with the depiction and the portrayal of black women being these, uncontrollable savages. And, once again, it's a TV show, and they were like, well, man, she was getting revenge, you know what I'm saying? And, so what you expect? Yeah, I get it. But I'm saying it's just the way that it was portrayed. When you see it, you see her killing the female cop, the Latino cop with the frying pan. It was real similar to when Amari Hardwick's Ghost in Power, when he went to prison and he ended up killing Charlie Murphy with that weight plate. What was it? Maybe like a 40-pound weight plate, you know what I'm saying? That he smashed Charlie Murphy's head and face in with. Diana had a frying pan, a cast iron frying pan, and kind of did the same thing, almost identical to what Ghost had to do in the Power episode with Charlie Murphy. When Charlie Murphy played the prison guard, and rest in peace to Charlie Murphy. Excellent writer and actor, for those of you who didn't know that. He did a lot of great works. Real funny dude. But and also a real quick note, rest in peace to Frankie Beverly as well. The backbone, as far as we know, of the soul group Maze, with all those hits that they did, and had all those songs that we played at family reunions and summer barbecues and stuff. All those songs that made us feel good. So R.I.P. to Frankie Beverly as well. Definitely be sorely missed, and I hate that we always and only give the flowers after they're gone. But yeah, that one hurt a little bit. But anyway, back to this thing of the imagery of black women as savages. So they filmed, filmed the scene, and in this episode, the recent episode of Power Book Ghost, or Power Book 2 Ghost, whatever it is, this recent episode, Diana gets revenge on the cop. Long story short, her and the cop get into a fight, and Diana basically kills her with the cast iron skillet. But it's the way it was filmed, with showing the face real savage and how she's smashing down on her. So for people who don't follow the storyline of it, and we don't know how other countries and people with agendas, not necessarily from other countries, they could be from this country, but take video snippets from film and things like that, and then play it in another country with a different caption, and make it seem like black people, this is how black people think of you, this is what they'll do. I'm not saying that they do that, but we can't count out that people will do this. But I'm just saying that just the imagery, once again, of portraying American black women as these savages. Now, on another note, the same thing as the savage thing. They continue to show black women as savages through portraying them as street walkers and strippers and whores and promiscuous women. in these films and media content, and people just don't think that this is how they will view us. But let's take a look at the situation with Kanika Jenkins. Now, we ain't forgot about that sister roaming around that hotel room or that hotel building, and then them finding her body in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? But this is what they think of our women, of black women. No, we ain't forgot about that. We ain't forgot about Sonya Massey, which is what I told y'all posts, some posts back that I posted, that her murder was going to light a fire under me to start this post and make sure that I talk about it and get it into as many ears as possible. That it's unacceptable. We ain't forgot her. We ain't forgot Sandra Bland and a host of other people. But recently in Indiana, there's a black female, if I'm not mistaken, her name was Shanti Dixon, a stripper in Indiana who called an Uber to get a ride home from working at the strip club. And the Uber driver apparently confessed and allegedly raped and murdered this sister, you know? And this is like a kind of a touchy situation, because it's like we know that black men have been saying, like, black women gotta come off of this. There's nothing wrong with them being independent, but y'all know the black men and black women have been going back and forth with each other, kind of in a war, so to speak. Like, the black woman wants to be too independent and she don't have no covering. So some people will say, well, she's out there stripping and doing this and that, and they portray our women as these strippers and streetwalkers and whores and prostitutes and promiscuous. And so when these things happen to them, it ain't a big enough outcry. It doesn't matter what she was doing. I prefer that she wasn't doing that. But the fact that somebody would pick her up as an Uber driver, you've been placed in a position to at least get her home safely, and then you rape and murder the sister. I'm saying that all of these things are happening because of portraying our women as these savages, as these uncultured, uncivilized females. From doing it through our music. And we've had plenty of people talk about this. And they talked about it and talked about it. And so now I'm adding my 2 cents as well. But from the Sukianas, the Sexy Reds, the Glorillas, all of those female rappers, you know what I'm saying? The Megan Thee Stallions, that like portraying American black women as these uncivilized, whorish, promiscuous women, and just portraying them as savages. And then even though Diana, according to the show, she's justified in getting the revenge on the cop, but it's the portrayal, it's the way that they're showing it, like like showing them as with these savage behaviors. Like, I don't appreciate that shit. I don't condone it, and I don't appreciate it. I get that it's television. We have enough of those images of our people, male, female, and child. We don't need those images anymore. We don't need any more film images and stories of, film and stuff where our people are always portrayed as drug dealers and whores and pimps and criminals locked behind bars. Like, I don't want to see any film or movie of our people with their lives being lived in orange jumpsuits. Like, I don't appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole thing of portraying any of our people as these savages, I don't appreciate that shit at all. But we're talking specifically about black women being portrayed as savages. You see, because there was a point in time where American black women, they wouldn't be caught dead doing no twerk shit out in public. Pardon my language, but I gotta be graphic. There was a point in time where black women wouldn't even, pardon my language, is gonna get graphic. That's why I have my content not for children. But there was a point in time where American black women wouldn't even suck dick. Okay? So we're not gonna do this and act like this, like they've been on this trajectory of hedonism and foulness and uncivilization that they've always been like that. That's not true. See, this is something that has been done that was forced on them and stayed on them. Now, I'm not saying that they haven't always had some issues, but we're not about to play like this is how they've always been. That's not true, man. And I don't appreciate the perpetual and continual, displaying and portrayal of American black women as these savages and these uncivilized beings. Because y'all know when y'all continually show this, you know how other ethnic groups are going to view them, how they feel like they have a right justification to go at them and try to treat them a certain way. So I just wanted to touch on that again. I'm like I talked about the last Power episode, and just like I talked about it then, I'm talking about it now in this episode. I didn't appreciate the imagery of attacking black women, and I don't appreciate the imagery of displaying and portraying black women as savages. So I'm not with that shit neither. Hopefully it sparks dialogue, like I said, and for the most part, our women aren't savages. We got some work to do, but they not savages, and I don't appreciate that shit. I'm out.
Heart throb never. Heart throb forever.